initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on.
I guess we just gave up on subtitles. I don't know. That happens from time to time in this game.
Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location.
This is trippy.
There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
Alright, so we're gonna just follow this neural path, I guess.
Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting at first.
I want all these magazines. Can I take them for myself? Mom, access memory. Me, access memory. Oh dear. Which one should I pick, guys?
What a joke.
What's it mean, Mom?
Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
Teacher at school said the NCR would bring back the good old days, like before the big war.
Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop singing you if that's what they're teaching you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this. You're old enough. You're the man of the family now. It's your job to protect us. Your father's useless, but you won't turn out like him. You're a good boy. And all that on the radio. All useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hands. You need to learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise. I won't let you down.
You've always been my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
Okay. I could hear something else going on. It sounded like it was coming from the other side of this door, but couldn't access it.
Turn down the goddamn radio. I'm trying to sleep.
Wait, do we get a second chance at this one?
Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then.
Oh, that's sad.
I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. Yeah, it doesn't matter now, though.
Yeah, instead you just killed my wife, you piece of shit.
Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole.
Alright. So he's kind of a tragic figure too, but I'm still gonna hate him for what he did. I don't regret shooting him with the shotgun and punching his head so hard that it exploded. That was the best thing I ever did.
The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand that's what happiness felt like. It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah, you've got to give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kind of green.
I know. But that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come on, you're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough.
Well, they sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this?
Whoa.
This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe. I promise.
I know, Connie. I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
We are. You'll see. That's okay. I got it.
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
Dude looked like a fucking T-bird in this memory.
I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer.
Oh, did you shoot her in the face too? You
It's gonna
piece
be
of shit.
fine. You'll see. Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second.
But we don't know anybody here.
Alright, next memory. Hopefully this is the one. I can't run in here. I hate not being able to do that.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you
I found another memory to
weren't
try.
there
I'll
to
connect
help
you.
them.
Okay. So I guess his family was killed by other mercenaries. He went back to get revenge on them. It's about all we glean from that.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself. I don't remember much from that time. It all kind of blends together. There was almost always a bar, though. That's universal. There was always a job for someone like me. Didn't matter what it was. Didn't matter who I was supposed to kill. I got pretty good at it. There's always someone who wanted someone else dead. Sometimes just roughed up, but dead was usually what they wanted. Sometimes they thought they could cheat me. That was usually only when I first arrived somewhere. Didn't matter to me. They just took it as part of the job. Little extra thrown in for free. I always got paid in the end. One way or another.
This guy's voice actor's pretty good.
I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me.
Oh, we'll pay you.
And, you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job is done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it? So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
Getting closer.
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
So, you're with the You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. Relied on their synths for everything. They had the resources I needed, and I had the expertise they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement, which suited me just fine. The first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but you have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute. The first synths weren't all that impressive.
Oh, they're all the same.
I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Alright.
I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming. See for myself if you really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I could see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate. Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Not gonna lie, that was a pretty sweet move he used back there.
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis.
Big heads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me, and I made sure they knew it.
Oh, fuck. There's a lot of memories in here.
Computers are still working. That's good. Checking.
Big heads never liked taking orders. I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. I didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really.
Through the logs.
I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. I guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have.
Hopefully.
Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if he somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long.
It's all
You're
just...
damn right.
I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but, I never liked to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of, her. Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted bastard for sure, but, still human. Better this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive.
Fine. Pod C6. Down the hall near the end.
I'm gonna have to rewatch this. This is terrible.
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
Is it over? Are we okay?
Almost.
My
Everything's gonna be
wife.
fine.
Come here. Come here, baby.
No, I've got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only gonna tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean.
God damn it. Get the kid out of here and let's go. At least we still have the backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
What's the holdup?
I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, that was fucked up. You know, he really didn't have to shoot her. If he regrets it that much, he could have just punched her in the face. He could have shocked her. He could have tased her. He could have done a million different things besides putting a fucking bullet in her.
This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's.
So, good news, I think.
Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up.
Sean.
Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long.
Hello? Anything gonna happen here?
Kellogg. It's okay. The new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines, pure and simple. Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human. I'm just glad they were always on my side. One of these days, you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
They have teleportation?
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Since when does teleportation exist in this universe? Alright, we can exit. Yeah, we're good. Oh, I better hold on to this memory. Who knows when I'll ever see him again. The Institute's got him. That's real interesting. Well, wanting to meet those guys anyway.
What'd they use you for?
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
Come take a look at this.
Why is Piper all aggro right now? Side effects.
Am I okay? Are you seeing anything bad?
Don't be alarmed, but I honestly don't know what to look for. As I said before, this is uncharted territory, but your neural and physiological readings have returned to normal. From a medical standpoint, you're fine. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
I'm ready to go kick some ass. That's what I'm ready to do.
I saw Kellogg's life. The man who ruined my family. The man I killed.
That's right. He was a human being just like the rest of us, and he had reasons for being what he was, however cruel. How does that make you feel?
I mean, I've also killed about 800 raiders during my time in this game, so I definitely don't forgive him. Fuck him for that. I'm gonna say I hate him more. I'm a vengeful character.
It's convinced me that I did the right thing. He was a rabid dog, and he needed to be put down.
I suppose I can't fault you for that. We're getting off track. The important thing is that we discovered the Institute's greatest secret, teleportation. The only question is, what do we do now?
Man, I can teleport whenever I want. It's called fast travel. Oh, man. What are your thoughts?
What do you think we should do?
Let me think. What about that memory involving Virgil, the rogue Institute scientist? If he were alive, we have a common enemy. He might help us.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was where this was going to lead to, naturally. But are there any other options?
There's got to be another way.
We delved into every memory we could find. This is the only thing I can think of that might get us more answers.
All right.
I like it.
The memory said the Institute tracked him to the glowing sea, but that seems crazy. A madman would think twice about going there.
The glowing sea, I think I can infer from the name what that is, but why don't you just tell me anyway?
Why? What makes the glowing sea so dangerous?
The name says it all. Radiation. So much that nothing there could possibly live. Nothing pleasant. Navigating radioactive hazards is nothing new. But the glowing sea can kill a man in seconds. That's why it doesn't make sense. Virgil fleeing into that hell. The exposure alone.
What was that, like ground zero for when the bomb dropped or something?
If we need to find Virgil, then I'm going after him.
If you're going to go, be prepared. You'll need some way to combat the radiation there. It's called the glowing sea for a reason.
So, Radaway, vault jumpsuit, and power armor? Would that be enough?
How do I fight that much radiation, Doctor?
There are chemical compounds. Rad-X, Radaway. You'd need as much as you could carry. Maybe more. A sealed environment suit would be great, if you could find one. Or maybe one of those suits of power armor? That would be perfect.
I already thought of all that shit.
I'll find a way to get through the rads. Don't worry.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Alright, cool. Well, we got our level. We got the glowing sea quest. That sounds like it'll be a huge pain in the ass. So, I don't suspect we'll be going to do that for a little while. But let's go talk to Nick for right now. And also, let's go ahead and figure out what we're going to spend our point on. At some point, I actually need to sit down and read through all these perks, because I haven't even looked at half of them. Like all the level 10 ones. I think I read them at some point, but I forgot them all already. Jeez. In the meantime, what's our charisma at? 5? I'm gonna actually jack that up 1 point for right now. Alright. Nick, you are my companion again. Where are you? Hey, there's an upstairs to this place. Irma's terminal. Ooh. Shotgun shells. Shotgun shells are kind of rare. I think they're definitely like the most rare form of ammo, so I definitely gotta take those.
You building a collection or something?
What's that for?
Ooh, Irma's terminal password. Very cool. How did Nick chastise me? I don't even see him. He's not even up here. Alright, let's check her terminal. What are you up to, Irma? Client, Ken Connolly. All of his memories are about that Silver Shroud radio show he's always going on about. That reminds me, I keep telling him to keep all of his posters and toys inside his room. They always seem to spill out into the main floor. Poor Kent. People may gossip about the den taking advantage of him, but the truth is he's our biggest charity case. If I lived to be over 200, I know I'd be tired of the real world too. What's the harm in letting him dream a little longer than the next fella? Amari put in some safety settings into his memory launcher so he doesn't starve himself to death. As far as I'm concerned, if he wants to live out the rest of his days plugged in and occasionally waking up to eat and stare at his poster collection, that's his choice. Kent Connolly. I wonder if he'd be interested in that Silver Shroud stuff that I picked up in the comic shop. Let's see. Mayor Hancock's memories are, well, let's just say if you thought he was handsome and dangerous now, you should have seen him before he turned ghoul, and I thought I knew how to have a good time. Who thinks that ghouls are handsome? I mean, I guess there's a fetish out there for everything, but... Ugh. Fred Allen at the Hotel Rexford keeps coming in, high as the day is long. One day he comes in on Jet and asks for a memory of him being on Buff Out. He says it's for an experiment. Getting stoned on Jet, and then playing a memory of yourself being stoned on Buff Out while you're still stoned on Jet. Well, you have to admire his commitment. Yeah, that's... I can't relate to that at all. Claire Hutchins. Claire's memories are quite vivid. Amari says she must have one of those brains with great attention to detail. Maybe that's why she's so meticulous. Oh, and she sure had a cute husband back when she was younger. I can see why she misses him. I am doing a bad thing going through all these people's files. I love the irony of a staunch opponent of the den coming in to sample the goods. Temptation, it gets us all in the end. Reminder to myself, Daisy may not look it now, but there's a reason she's lived to be such a ripe old age. Because she's a ghoul. Best that no one knows she ever came here. I don't need a reason for the hellion side of her coming out looking for payback. Okay. I gotta find Kent Connolly. That terminal was actually helpful for that purpose. And it sounded like he's a ghoul, so I should just go look at all the ghouls in town. In fact, maybe... he's not a ghoul. What other areas are there in this place? I'm kind of surprised that I don't get the Piper hate every time I steal something. Like, you think that would just slowly chip away at our relationship level. But I guess they realize if you want Piper as a companion, but you also want to be the type of person who is, you know, stealing stuff all the time, it just wouldn't work. You would not be able to play the game. Because you'd never be able to max out your relationship with her.
The memory den's not accepting new clients right now, sweetheart.
Oh, yeah? Are you sure about that? Because I've got 6,196 caps. I'm a high roller.
Irma.
Oh, enjoying yourself in Good Neighbor? It's a heck of a town, ain't it?
It sure is.
Hey, Valentine.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head.
Ah.
I was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
What? What? Dude, is he Kellogg? Is he fucking with me?
Kellogg? Is that you?
What? What are you talking about?
No, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Huh. Mari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going. Or I could head back to Diamond City, since you've got company already.
Well, I had every intention of bringing you along from here on out, but... fuck, I don't know. What if he tries to kill me in my sleep? He's possessed by the ghost of the man that I killed. That has potential to be interesting. We're definitely going to take him.
Let's get going, Nick.
Been one heck of a ride so far. Let's see where it takes us next.
Send Piper to Sanctuary. So, my plan is that if Piper's just going to hang out at Sanctuary, then I can go back there and rest and get the Lover's Embrace perk pretty much whenever I want. And hopefully our relationship doesn't erode if I just leave her there. She didn't say a word as she walked away. I think I made her mad. Nick, what are you doing in here, buddy? I didn't even see this place over here. We've got... oh. That's cool. And... dude, it's Kent Connolly. Fucking A. Nick, this is why I love you, man. You're always helping me out. You know, when you're not plotting my death.
Hey there.
Good Neighbor's crazy. Thefts, murders, worse. Sometimes you just gotta escape a little to make it through the day.
Escape, huh? You wouldn't happen to be talking about the Silver Shroud.
Escape? What do you mean?
Reliving old memories. Like Thanksgiving, 2071. Mom made a 12-pound turkey. And then we all listened to the Silver Shroud versus Captain Cosmos. Even Pa was there. You ever listen to the Silver Shroud? That's what we need. No matter how bleak things got, he saved the day.
Tell me more about this guy.
What can you tell me about the Shroud?
He's from the radio shows. I've listened to all 419 episodes. And the holiday special. He's the best. Better than Grognak and Man-to-Man combined.
Not better than Batman, though.
My family and I used to listen to every new episode.
You mean when they first aired? How? The last broadcast was hundreds of years ago.
Yeah. Other survivors, sarcastic from the past.
I was in cryogenic storage for a long time. I only just woke up.
Oh man, that's amazing! You're just like Mr. Abominable from episode 83.
Speak English.
Wasn't he a caveman?
Yeah, that's the one. They found him in an iceberg off the harbor. Boy, if you just woke up. The world these days, Must take some getting used to.
Man, I thought I was just bullshitting this guy about actually listening to that show, but I guess my character actually did. Man, I missed my full dialogue mod. This sucks. Glimmers of hope, I guess.
It seems like people are finally rebuilding and recovering from the nuclear war.
Maybe in some parts, like Diamond City, but over here, we got a ways to go. I got a question for you. What if the Silver Shroud was real, with his black trench coat and gleaming silver submachine gun? I got a plan to bring him to life, so he can fight bad guys and give the rest of us a symbol of something better.
Oh, I don't suppose you need his outfit for that, do you?
Good on you for trying to make the world better.
Yeah, most folks refuse to be bothered.
I just have to do something, you know? I've built my own custom machine gun, even better than the one in the show. But to make this work, I still need the most important piece. The genuine Silver Shroud costume herself. And they actually got one here in Boston. They made it for the TV show. Will you help?
Come on, charisma point. Do me right.
I might do it, if you make it worth my while.
I can give you some caps up front.
Nice.
Just promise you'll help me.
And that's the only one we get. All right, I'll take it.
As it happens, I already have your costume.
There she is, pretty as the posters. The Silver Shroud costume herself. And memorabilia, too? You're something else. Together with my gun, everything's all set.
That's kind of lame. We only got 75 caps for that. If I didn't already have that, that would have been a huge pain in the ass. Demand a reward. I mean, we already got a reward. Well, hold on. I want to see what this dialogue is.
First the reward, then I'll give you the costume.
Here. I wasn't gonna welsh on our deal. After all these years, the Silver Shroud is born again. But there's just one problem. I'm just not Silver Shroud material. I could be Rhett Reinhardt, or his butler, Jarvie Blake. But the Shroud is strong, capable.
I missed everything that happened there. It looked like, so it removed a lot of stuff, and it looked like it gave me a bunch of different caps.
Come on, don't sell yourself short.
I got a better idea who should wear it. You up for being the Silver Shroud? You already got your own origin story and everything. What with the cryo vault and all.
Ask for another reward. Okay, let's try it.
If I go along with this, I could use a little extra.
The Shroud's motivated by justice, not cap.
Ah, no, that will not do. Try it one more time. Come on, 6 charisma points. This is a measly orange one. That's mid-level,
If I go along with this, I could use a little extra.
The Shroud's motivated by justice,
Fuck
not
you.
caps. Please, you gotta help.
What does that even mean? Sure, I'll become the Shroud.
Looks like I get to be the Shroud.
The costume and gun are yours. So you patrol Good Neighbor's streets, and I'll call in any crimes on my radio station.
Oh, God. Do I literally have to... 42 damage resistance? Holy fuck. And it reduces damage from humans by 15%? Dude!
Here's some
okay.
calling cards, I guess. When you dispatch justice, leave them behind. That way, everyone knows the Silver Shroud has returned. Time to fight crime!
Yeah, sure, whatever you're talking about.
We're gonna make this a decent place to live again.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Sure, ask away.
It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's been horrible, but, you know, I'm dealing with it.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Huh. You're a tougher nut than I thought. Tougher than I was. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point, and folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
I have no idea what he's talking about right now.
Massacre of the CPG? What's that?
The Commonwealth Provisional Government. Years back, a group of settlements tried to get together and form a coalition. Every settlement with even a hint of clout sent representatives to try and hash out an agreement. Only the Institute sent a representative of their own, a synth. The man killed every rep at the talks. The Commonwealth Provisional Government was over before it even got off the ground. I took up in town not long after. I was damn lucky they didn't just tell me to scram right then and there.
Doesn't sound like they were a very good government.
Broken mask?
This was long before I'd moved to town, but apparently some gentleman type shows up in Diamond City, heads down to Power Noodles. Guess he didn't like the food because he pulled his pistol and opened fire on the folks enjoying theirs. When security finally put enough holes in him to drop him, they say he was full of servos and sprockets, just like yours truly. Seems he malfunctioned, went berserk. It was the first time people realized that synths had stopped looking like me and started looking like them. Considering what these folks went through, I felt real lucky they let me in the front gate at all.
Don't you think you should, like, repair yourself sometime? Maybe just, like, in the face, even if that's all you do.
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd, known for an evening. Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing, just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero, offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested, said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
Well, you know, you're a decent guy. I like having you around, Nick. Took down 4 guys.
You took down 4 guys by yourself?
Well, I didn't have to. Back then, synths were even more of an unknown quantity than they are today. I told them I was rigged to explode and started going beep, beep, beep. Hardest part of that rescue was keeping from laughing as they climbed over each other to get away.
That's funny.
Was it hard settling in?
Well, they sure didn't make it easy. I started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. I got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so happy to do it, it was months before I started charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the Synth, but it was Nick the Detective folks came to see. It was about then that things finally started feeling normal. It took me a long time to realize that home is where you make it. And with some time and effort, this place can be home for you, too. That's a long story, but I hope it helps. Want to get moving? We'll make something out of the Commonwealth yet.
It's weird how he keeps saying this place when we're in Good Neighbor and not Diamond City. And yeah, that was very, very weird. There was a lot of dialogue that just kind of came out of nowhere. But it's good to get a little backstory on Nick. I actually really appreciate that. Now, that reminds me, I don't know why that reminded me, but I just remembered I wanted to check out the armor we just got, the Silver Shroud. He's got a hat and an outfit. Wow, this actually... This does actually the same amount of damage resistance as what I get from everything else I'm wearing, I guess. If we add it all up, 27, 34, 46, 56. Oh no, I keep seeing that symbol, like the dash, and just thinking, for some reason, I don't take it as a minus sign. I take it as like an invalid, like it's a draw, and it's not. The fucking Silver Shroud armor is actually not as good as everything that I'm wearing right now. It does reduce damage from humans by 15%. But that's hard to factor in on like a consistent level, so I don't know. It probably still doesn't work out as good for me. Probably not even close. Much better electrical resistance than what I'm getting right now. So if I'm ever fighting, you know, lightning monsters or something like that, that'll be good. But now I'm over encumbered, and that reminds me.
Hey, do something.
I can't remember what I left Nick with. I think it was a bunch of shit. He's got army fatigues, aluminum canister, a bunch of things that I needed before. Blue baseball bat. Alright, let's filter out. What did I give him? I thought I gave him one of my missile launchers. Or no, it was the minigun, the tactical minigun. That's right. So I'm glad I can get that back from him. Bunch of apparel. There's my goddamn power armor. Oh, are you kidding me? I didn't know that I gave it to him. Dude. That's good. That's great. Now I can actually have a full set of power armor, and I can get rid of that Raider shit that I picked up. I gave him a bunch of junk, too. Alright, that's awesome.
Something for you?
But we're going to have to go back and unload a bunch of stuff. I'm going to have to go sell some stuff, I guess, to get unencumbered, and then fast travel back to Sanctuary. So when we come back in, guys, that's probably where we'll be, back in Sanctuary, doing our thing, and then we'll go from there. I guess we'll go back to some side quests. I don't want to go to the Glowing Sea and do any main story stuff for a little while now. So, yeah, look forward to that. I'm glad to have Nick back. I like Piper and everything, but Nick is awesome. He's my dog. He might try to murder me. It's not his fault. He's being possessed. So I won't hold it against him. Girls, girls, girls. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for all the likes and comments. I appreciate the support. I'm Dude Long Couch. Catch you guys in the next part. See ya.